For all of my adult Korean and Japanese music fans out there, I want to ask you a question. Have you ever thought about the music groups that you would have loved if you would have became a fan of these music genres as a kid or as a teenager? If so, this video series is here for you. Hello everyone, this is me Randy and welcome back to 123 Idol, and in this second part of this video series I'm going to be taking a look at Japanese rock and pop groups that I think I would have loved as a kid or as a teenager. I hope that you all enjoy this video and make sure to check out the first part where I talk about 5 K-pop groups that I would have loved as a younger fan. So with all that being said, I hope that you all enjoy the rest of the video and let's get started. The first artist that I'll be talking about in today's video is actually the only soloist that is featured in this series, and that is none other than the legend himself, Mivavi. Now, I'm a very casual fan of Mivavi now as an adult, but I really do like some of his songs, and I do appreciate his skill and his talent as a musician. He is just absolutely amazing at what he does, and I think I would have loved him as a youngster. Not only his skill and not only his presence, but I just think that he was just really cool when he was younger, and I could definitely see my younger self really being a fan of him because of his looks and his style, but also his skill and just how amazing he is. Like, he is such a good performer, such a great vocalist, such a great guitarist. Like, he can do it all, and I think my younger self would have really been a big fan of him if I would have known him when I was younger. So yes, number 1 on this list for today's video is none other than Mivavi. Number 2, we're going to be switching to J-pop, and it is actually surprisingly a system of idols that I'm not really all that familiar with as an adult, but I do appreciate their music, and that is none other than the AKB48 system. Now, as an adult, I do not have all the time in the world to know about all of the former and current members of all the AKB systems, but let me tell you, if I would have became a fan of AKB when I was a youngster, I would have loved them. I've actually heard of AKB through passing over the years, so I knew of them, but I wasn't familiar with their music, or if I did hear any of their songs back in the day, I would have not known it was AKB. But I digress. I would have been a really big fan of theirs. I think I would have really followed the system pretty well, because in my youth, I was following professional wrestling like it was no one's business. And I think I would have added the AKB system to my list of interests that I had as a teen and as a kid. And I just think their music is great. I love their positive energy. I love their fun energy. I just think that they are just such a great system, and they're so cool and so fascinating. And I feel like my younger self would have really appreciated that, because it was something that I could follow and something that I can keep up with, but also be a fan of multiple members of different groups and different systems. And I just think that would have been really interesting for me as a youngster, because I think I would have really enjoyed that a lot. So yes, the second group featured in today's video is AKB48 and all of the systems that surrounds it. Moving back to Japanese rock, we're going to be talking about the Japanese rock group that made me a fan of this amazing music genre many years ago, and it is Malice Miser. I learned about this group when I was in my early 20s thanks to my best friend, and let me tell you, I think I would have loved them when I was young. Like, I feel like they would have been that perfect group for me, especially as a teenager, because they done everything that I loved from music when I was that age, and they were different, they were unique, they had their own style, they had their own presence. I mean, their stage presence, their concerts were incredible, their outfits were just out of this world. All 3 vocalists for Malice Miser were just amazing. I just love them so much, and they are a group that means so much to me to this day, and I think I would have really enjoyed them a lot when I was a youngster, especially as a teenager, and I'm just very grateful that I learned about them as an adult. So yes, the third group featured in this video is the incredible, amazing, and my first Japanese rock loves, Malice Miser. Going back to J-pop for this pick, I'm choosing the legends of the J-pop world, and that is none other than Arashi. I really do love Arashi as an adult, and I feel like year after year I want to just get more and more involved with them, but unfortunately they have been around for such a long time. I keep on telling myself, no, Randy, we cannot get into another older music group. Like, we just can't. So I have been limiting myself so much over the past few years on getting into Arashi, but I still really enjoy them a lot as a group, and I think they are fantastic. And I think my younger self would agree, because they are just so amazing, from their performances to the music to these different styles of music that they produce and different genres that they incorporated into their music. I mean, Arashi is just the ideal idol group to me. Like, whenever I think of pop idols and whenever I think of Asian pop idols, the first group to me that comes to my mind is Arashi. And I would have loved Arashi if I was a youngster. I really would. Like, they would have changed me back in the day, because they were doing things that so many other music groups back in the day weren't doing, and their performances were just out of this world, and I think my younger self would have appreciated them a lot. So my number 4 pick in this video is Arashi. And the 5th and final group that I'll be featuring in today's video is a group that I'm personally not all that familiar with, and that I only know maybe 1 or 2 songs from, and that is On Cafe. And the reason why I chose On Cafe for this video is because I've seen a lot of photos of them over the years, and I can tell you that their aesthetics and their vibe and their presence would have really interested me a lot as a youngster, especially in my teenage years. I could have really seen myself being a really big fan of them back in the day. They have a really fun and playful and whimsical vibe to them with their style and with their music, and I think I would have really enjoyed that, especially at the age range of tween to teenager, and I think I would have really liked them. So yeah, my 5th and final pick for this video is On Cafe. This is the 2nd and final part for this short video series, and thank you so much for watching and listening. Let me know what groups you would have loved if you were a fan of Japanese and Korean music as a youngster. I would like to know in the comments down below. So once again, thanks so much for watching and listening, and I will talk to you all in the next video.